Hold up. Wait a minute. Something ain't right.
The already terrible situation at America's southern border is about to get really bad. Friday, a federal appeals court rejected a bid by several Republican-led states to keep in place the Trump-era rule that used pandemic restrictions to turn away thousands of migrants. So the rule, known as Title 42, will expire this coming Wednesday. As a Homeland Security Intelligence memo reviewed by CNN puts it, this change will, quote, likely increase migration flows immediately. DHS has previously projected between 9,000 to 14,000 migrants arriving a day, more than double the current number of people crossing. The border town of El Paso, Texas, already has over 2,000 migrants arriving daily. In a statement, Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas blamed inaction for the crisis, saying, quote, despite our efforts, our outdated immigration system is under strain. In the absence of congressional action to reform the immigration and asylum systems, a significant increase in migrant encounters will strain our system even further. Joining me now is Brandon Judd, president of the National Border Patrol Council, which represents approximately 16,000 Border Patrol agents, of whom 14,000 are on the southern border. So, Brandon, how nervous are your members about what's to come this week?
So we're extremely upset about what's to come this week. We know that had proper policies and programs been put in place, we would have been able to avert this potential. And look, we're already at a crisis level. It's going to become a disaster come Wednesday, the 21st. We could have done what was necessary. We just didn't. Everybody knew that Title 42 was on its last leg, yet this administration didn't prepare or put into place any policies or programs that would have averted this.
Something ain't right.
But it's really the fault of Congress, isn't it? Primarily kicking the can down the road after all these years, because Title 42 is premised on public health. We don't want to allow people in with communicable diseases, but if we're beyond COVID, that rationale, says the court, has gone away. I mean, Congress should have fixed this years ago. Isn't that the reality?
So for a long-term fix, absolutely. However, what we have to do is we have to look at what caused this issue in the first place. When we look at Trump's era, when we look at his policies and programs, they were very effective. Yet the day that Biden took office, he nearly abolished every single one of them except for Title 42.
Hold up.
We have this issue under control. Now, while it is Congress's responsibility to fix it for a long term, we could have fixed it in the short term to give Congress that time to do it. We didn't do that, and that's why we're in the situation that we're in.
Wait a minute.
Okay, I don't want to get caught up in the whole R versus D thing, but I feel obligated to say, like, the only COVID measure that many Republicans want to leave in place is Title 42. But if the justification for all the other COVID measures has gone away, then it no longer holds for this one either.
And I don't disagree with that. We're not talking about Title 42. What we're talking about is we're talking about the Remain in Mexico program. Had President Biden kept that in place, we wouldn't be in this situation that we're currently in.
Wait a minute.
All you have to do is look at historically. We should be apprehending between 1,000 to 1,200 people per day. We're at 8,000 people right now. We would be at that level had he have kept in place. And by the way, he says that it's inhumane, yet it's our own State Department that has certified Mexico as a safe third country. So that's what doesn't make sense about this entire situation. I agree that Title 42, if the pandemic is winding down, Title 42 should in fact go away. Yet there were other policies or programs that could have remained in place that would have averted this disaster in the first place.
Hold up.
Okay, I have a naive question that I've been wondering as I've been watching this unfold, and you're the right guy to ask, so here it comes. If we can expel migrants more quickly from the border under Title 42, then why are so many migrants trying to get in right now instead of waiting until after it expires next Wednesday? I keep seeing the footage of what's going on in El Paso. That's what's driving my question. And I'm saying to myself, if I were someone poised to try and come into the United States, why wouldn't I wait until after this measure goes away? What's the answer to that?
Because we're only exercising Title 42 on a certain number of countries. If you look back, when this administration originally took office, they were expelling nearly every single person that entered the country illegally. Then what they did was they started to give carve-outs for nation after nation after nation. And when they gave those carve-outs, that encouraged more people to cross. So when you look at Venezuelans, Haitians, Nicaraguans, when you look at people from all of these different countries, we're not expelling them. Last month, we only expelled a third of the people that crossed the border illegally. Again, that is what has fueled this current explosion.
Something ain't right.
Let me ask it a different way. Do the folks seeking to gain access to the United States illegally, are they politically knowledgeable? Are they in the loop? Are those who guide them?
They are.
How sophisticated is their knowledge?
So this is all cartel driven. What the cartels do is they use our policies, they use our laws against us. They go throughout the world and they advertise our services knowing what our policies are. So what they've done is they've gone and they've told everybody, all you have to do is give me several thousands of dollars and I will bring you to the United States and I'll cross you into the United States and you will be released. All of these individuals are coached on exactly what they need to do. That's why the cartels are able to generate a profit that we've never seen before. And as they're generating that profit, as they're flooding our resources with illegal border crossings, as it takes our agents out of the field, that's when they create gaps in our coverage. And when they create those gaps, that's when they cross our higher value products, such as fentanyl, opioids, criminal aliens, aliens from special interest countries. That's why this situation is so important. We had more overdose deaths in the last 2 years than we have in the history of the United States. And it's all driven by cartels, and it starts with illegal immigration.
I hope this week is not as bad as the projections and your thoughts anticipate. I wish the guys you represent, the men and women you represent, all good things. Thank you.
I really appreciate that. Thank you very much.
Wait a minute.